one of our captains, Nenad Cvetkovic, and of course our head coach, Johannes Hoftorup. We're very glad to be here in Edinburgh. But I would like to start with the player, and please the first questions also, that he can finish the preparations to the training. Nenad, for you, the second time in within 1 year to play in Scotland. Now the opponent Heart of Midlothian. Could you tell us something about the expectations and how the team goes in this game?
Yeah, hopefully this second time will be easier than the last one because, as we can remember, it was a pretty tough game. We expect nothing less than at this game as well, but hopefully we'll come as a winner.
Thank you, Nenad, and of course questions to the player are very welcome. Yes, please.
How strong do you feel Hearts are, and what type of performance will it take from Rapid over the two games to progress?
I'm sorry, can you repeat?
What's your thoughts on Hearts and how strong they are, and what type of performance will it take from Rapid to come through these two ties? Yeah,
it will take 100% of our performance. Hopefully we can create a lot of chances like we did the last game in the league. And we respect them very much because they ended up at the second place, just losing to Celtics at the last game. So we came with respect, but also with a lot of confidence that we built over the past period. So I think it will not be easy, but I think we can do it.
It's a different Hearts team, though, from last season. You'll have watched the games this
season.
What do you make of the new team?
Yeah, I heard that they changed a lot, but still they had some players that played last season. I saw that they lost to Sturm 6-0, and this can be really misleading because I think they didn't deserve to lose in that way. They conceded a few goals from set pieces, which we hope we can score as well and open the game up and really control the game in our way with keeping the ball and create a lot of chances.
Thank you. Any more questions to the player? If not, Nenad, thanks a lot. Good preparation to the training. I would like to ask our head coach, our manager, Johannes, you said on Sunday the team will expect a typical atmosphere. I say Scottish atmosphere. You said, I think, like a British atmosphere. You know, now, so the stadium, you have already a more special feeling of what's going on tomorrow and what our team has to bring on the pitch to be successful.
Yeah, like Nenad is saying, I think it's a lot on us, and that's where our focus is normally for every game that we have to prepare for, that we have to be at our best. But to be able to do that, we have to prepare the same way as we do for every game, and we've done the same here with the same details and trying also to highlight where it is that we can hurt them tomorrow. We know also from watching a lot of their games that it can be a little bit different Hearts team compared to home and away. And we have to know, especially that when we play at a stadium like out here tomorrow, it's dealing with the momentum shift in games. These British stadiums can often be fired up with some crosses, set pieces, and those are the moments we have to deal with and overcome. And hopefully, what we always prepare and plan for is to have a game where we can show where we are best, and that's also the plan for tomorrow.
Thanks a lot. Please also your questions.
How do you think Hearts have changed since they played Sturm Graz back in July and to the test you'll face tomorrow?
I think time is an important factor here. Of course, when you have a manager that leaves an open space for a new manager to come in and bring his ideas, and that will never be implemented from the start. It will never just take 1 or 2 weeks to go through everything you want to do. So it will take time, and it will probably also take them a little bit more time to really show what it is that the manager wants from the team. But it's a good team in many ways, and I actually think also, despite the result from the first game, I think the Hearts team did a quite good game in the second leg against Benfica and showed their qualities. A lot of good rotations going on when they have the ball, a lot of good combination stuff. Some wingers that can be quite dangerous, and also, of course, depending on what striker they select for the game tomorrow, different opportunities. But I think there was steps in a direction that probably the coach wanted to see in the second game against Benfica, and that's also what we expect for tomorrow.
Do you have a strong idea of how Hearts will line up in terms of the wingers you choose, the striker you choose?
Yeah, of course they have some preferred wingers we can see also from the games and also from the very important games from them, what it is that they normally go to. Of course, we talk about the striker who started the second game against Benfica. He can play in different positions. He can also drop into a more like a 10 position and then play with a more natural number 9, so to speak. But they have different opportunities, and that's also what normally shows a good and a strong team, that they have different opportunities. So we have to wait and see. But I hope and I think we are prepared for different scenarios.
How different a team are Rapid now from 12 months ago, do you think?
Very different. Without comparing the situations, because obviously I don't know all the manager's ideas here. I don't know where he wants the most changes, but I can just say from when you work in football and when you come in as a new coach, there's a lot of different things that you first of all have to feel and you have to see and you have to find out how it works. And then you have to find out how can you implement your own ideas over time. What's the most important to start with? Well, what's the development of the team? And it was my situation 8 months ago with this team where compared to where we started, we are much further with the team, but we are not even close to 100%. But we've managed to do a lot of different things compared to 8 months ago, and we are in a much better place.
Well, you managed at Norwich as well. You keep an eye on Scottish football and have a look at because it is a very different type of football from even English football and the Austrian football.
And we did when I was in Norwich, because I think there's a lot of players traveling from the Scottish League to the Championship in England, but also the other way around. And in my Norwich team, I obviously had some Scottish players in Angus Gunn and Kenny McLean and Grant Hanley, and so there was. Yeah, I'm familiar also with the Scottish accent. That can be a little bit tricky sometimes. So yeah, we've seen it, and we watched also a couple of games, and I also had a player that I've coached for many years. He went on loan to Hibs. I don't know if you can say that in this room, but so I watched some of his games. So that's also why I try to be a little careful. But yeah, I've seen a lot, and then of course we also, especially from Danish side, have some legends who were in the Scottish League, but that was in other clubs.
Who was the player that went to Hibs?
Emiliano Marcondes. And then I can't remember if he was Hibs and then joined Norwich. I think it was actually in that order. I watched some of his games when he was up here, because we have always had a close relationship, him and I. So he scored some good goals on free kicks.
Okay. Please, one question from the Austrian side, Alexander Huber-Courier.
Coach, a lot of things changed the last 8 months, and one thing this season new is the celebration of the goals. After the solo celebration, there's always a circle. Where does it come from, and what's the idea behind it?
It's more like a mental and also game momentum approach, where football is always about the next action, and we cannot stay too much in what have just happened. We cannot stay too much in the mistakes or the good things that have just happened. We always need to focus on the next thing that is ahead of us, and even though we scored a goal, we have to focus on the next action, the next minute in the game. We always know that after goals there can be scored goals again. There can be chances both for and against, and we need to stay focused in all these moments. And a part of it is to take all the small breaks that is in a football game, and then to communicate with the team. So hopefully, and that's what we speak about when we score goals, but also when we concede, that we have to take the time together and then plan the next couple of minutes for us as a team. So I'm pleased with it, and we also highlighted a lot with the players, because especially working with the team and creating that team cohesion has been a big thing for us since day one of pre-season.
Do you have a plan who should talk to the other players, or is it just a player thing?
I think everyone is open and have the opportunity to speak. Of course, we have our leadership group, and I always expect them to take control and be in charge of the situation, because they are the ones that I speak a little bit more to also during the game, so they know exactly if we do changes or what we have to do. So they have the responsibility to communicate to the players on pitch. But we also try to create a quite open forum for players to share their ideas, but also to be a part of taking responsibility.
Thank you.
Yeah.
One more question.
One more.
How much risk are you willing to take, especially in the beginning of the game? I think these two great chances to have the ball, to be aggressive, but tomorrow is they have two legs and maybe a new atmosphere, maybe under pressure from the Scottish side.
Yeah, but you know me, so no risk, no fun.
Yeah, that's the headline.
Yeah, there you go. I'll make your job easy every day, huh?
Okay, thank you. The headline is done. And the first 15 minutes, like always, for filming and photos. Thanks.